As a little girl, I used to sit on my window and sing, Yerushalayim shel zahav v'shel nechoshet v'shel on. I used to sing it to the sky, thinking God is like listening somehow. Halo lecho shirayich ani kino. I grew up in Israel, secular family. Of course, we did the holidays, and like everybody in Israel does. I always believed in God, but never really had a real relationship with Him. Didn't really know what that looks like. Go to school and then go to job and get a place to live, get married, have kids, and all that routine is like I said, okay, well, what else? There's got to be something more. When I was 23, that was the first time I actually left Israel to come to America, initially to visit my mom. And she was living in a spiritual community at the time. Very pretty, very healthy, no smoking, no drinking, no drugs. Started by a guru from India. Whatever you believe is good as long as it does good to you, kind of thing, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. And I learned about yoga and learned about all the Hindu philosophies and other philosophies, a lot of Eastern, of course, philosophies. It was very surreal, very peaceful there, out of the craziness of the world, kind of like a bubble from the world. Eventually, I decided to stay there. In the course of the time that I was there, I met my husband. And my husband was very much involved with the spiritual side of things in the community. And I started to feel less and less connected. I had different ideas, but didn't really have my own path. Everybody else seemed to really find their place or see the guru there as their, the spiritual teacher. And, I mean, some people even see him as a god. I never felt that I wanted to be a part of that. I just didn't feel like this is the way, and definitely wasn't the way for me. I'm looking for God. I'm looking for to feel God. And I thought, well, the closer thing to that got to be the synagogue. That's the only thing made sense to me. I didn't even consider churches or anything. I mean, the synagogue was very ritualistic. You got to do this and that and this and that and that. And to me, it never, even growing up, it just never felt like the way to God. That got me into a kind of like an obsessed quest for the answers. Videos, documentaries, internet, any spare time that I had was something to do with that. It was consuming me to find those answers, to get down to the bottom of this. At the time, if you asked me if I'll ever believe in Jesus or Yeshua, I thought, are you crazy? When I picked up the New Testament, I was curious to see what's so bad about it. For me, I needed to logically come to the conclusion that all the evidence and everything makes sense. All of a sudden now I'm finding out all these things about Jesus and Christianity, and that are completely different than what I thought of. It feels like a completely Jewish book. It was all in Jewish context. It made me want to read more, so to find out what else did it not tell me. Because I don't see any of that anti-Semite stuff there. I don't see anything negative or anything Christian about it. When I read the New Testament and I learned more about who Yeshua is and how Jewish he was, and there's nothing more Jewish that a Jewish person can do than to put his faith in the Jewish Messiah. By the time I finished the Gospel of John, I was willing to surrender to Yeshua. There was something about that book, the way it was written, and logically it all added up. But there was that one part that I was holding back on. Surrender to me was like almost a defeat, you know. Gosh. I was just by myself in my room, and I went down on my knees and prayed that Jesus will come, Yeshua will come into my life. There wasn't any like lights or any crazy things happen, or nothing changed on the outside, but you get that feeling that you know where something is right, and that's the feeling I had, and I felt like I found the truth. Okay, I'm yours, you know.